Hey, what's up soldiers? Yaniv here and welcome to Amazon FBA Bootcamp. Today, as you can see, we've got a little presentation I've made for you guys about what Amazon FBA actually is. So I've been talking about Amazon FBA for quite a little bit now, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys have the same question of, kind of maybe interested in doing it, but don't really know what it is and how to get into it. So today I'll break down one of those parts of that question is, what is Amazon FBA? So I'll set this up and let's get right into it. All right, so what I have going on here is a little bit of a whiteboard presentation that I made for you. First of all, if this is backwards in the video, I'm really sorry. That means that I couldn't solve the problem in post-production because I am using the front-facing camera of my iPhone. So hopefully it's not, but if it is, then you guys just gotta listen to what I'm saying. And I guess this whole presentation is useless. But pretty much, the question is, what is Amazon FBA? If I had to break it down into as little words as possible, I would say private labeling. Now, I'll explain what that is in a little bit. So if you did want to start, the first thing you're going to want to do is product research. That's the first step in anything. Now, obviously, like I always say, product research is the most important part of the whole puzzle. If you have the wrong product, nothing else is going to work and nobody's going to buy your stuff. The product research is the most important part, and spend all your time, spend the majority of your time on that. Find a product that's going to sell. You're looking for something with obviously high profit margins and high sales. If you can, if not, there are obviously other ways you can make money on Amazon. Maybe low profits, super high sales, or super high profits, low sales. But pretty much the thing is, you can play around with it. But again, like I said, if you have the wrong product, you're not going to make money on Amazon. Doesn't matter how good your pictures are. Doesn't matter how good your listing is. Doesn't matter how good you are at marketing. If your product is not good, you're not going to make money. The second thing is sourcing. So once you find your product, and obviously I'm going to gloss over this super quickly, but I do have videos about finding a product on my channel, and you guys can search those up after. But and I'll actually leave them in the description box. But after you get the product, you want to source the product. So find somewhere to actually produce the product for you. So there's actually two websites that I use personally. There is DHgate. That's a second tier kind of sourcing in China, or obviously I'm sure all of you have heard of Alibaba. AliExpress. It's pretty much like AliExpress but for huge order quantities. So that's called Alibaba.com, and that one I think is the most popular sourcing website from China in the world. So what you want to do when you get there is you find your product, message some suppliers, ask them if they can make the product for you, find out the price, find out the manufacturing time, all that kind of stuff. I'll make videos on this in the future, but to gloss over it, pretty much you talk to the supplier and you figure out, maybe you want to make some, modifications on the product, kind of improve the product so that you differentiate yourself from the competition. And see if they can even do that for you. So just have a back and forth with the supplier and figure out what really it's going to cost you, and what your profit margins are looking like, and if they can do everything that you want them to do for you. The next one is, as you can see here, manufacturing. Once you do find source a supplier you want to work with, you pay them, you figure out exactly what you wanted to do, and you start production. So you start manufacturing. And the most important part of this is right here. You want to brand the item, okay? So private labeling is branding of the item, okay? You need to find a product, and you need to find a product that you can actually put your own brand on it. So for example, if you find a product that is, let's say it's a bottle, okay? So for example, it's just this bottle and it has, let's say, whatever inside of it. You're just selling the bottle, okay? And right here is what branding is. You put on your logo. So you put on whatever logo you made on your product and make sure that the supplier can put it on for you. So this one's San Pellegrino or whatever. So you would label your product with your own brand. So make sure that your brand was actually on the product, which means that now that's a branded item. So on for example, Nike's products, they have that swoosh. So that's a branded item, okay? So that's their logo, they put it on their product. So nobody else can put the swoosh on the product because that's Nike's brand. So once you got that done, the next step is make a listing, okay? That one up here. Make a listing. You want to, get pictures, so maybe professional pictures, or if you want to do them yourself, you can get those done yourself. You want to, put the text, so some hypnotic text, maybe some good copyright, so when people are actually on the detail page of your product, they you kind of convince them to buy the product from you rather than from your competition. So that's a big one too. The text actually really does help conversion rates on your page. And then obviously you're gonna wanna do your keyword research and your keywords on the back end. So that's pretty much how people find you. So when they search stuff up on Amazon, your product shows up. So you have to have good keywords as well. Otherwise, again, people won't be able to find you. And I'll have videos on this stuff. So this is just a quick overview of what Amazon FBA really is. I'll definitely go more in depth into these topics more in my videos. And the last step is Amazon warehouse. So you pretty much are done manufacturing, you ship it out to the Amazon warehouse. So they receive it, they process it into inventory, and Amazon actually does everything for you. They will, do your customer service. They will fulfill your order. So if somebody goes to your listing and makes a purchase, you don't even have to send it out yourself. Amazon will send it out for you. Obviously, you pay a little bit of a fee, but it's so passive where you literally do nothing. If someone has a complaint with your product or they have a problem or something, they call Amazon. Amazon deals with that stuff. You sit back, relax, and just roll in that money because you've done all your work beforehand. So you've done your product research, your sourcing, your manufacturing, your shipping. You've done everything, and now all you do is you sit back, relax, and let Amazon do the work for you. They've set up infrastructure to be able to do this. Obviously, they're making their cut, but if you have the right product, can make your cut also. So it's a win-win-win. Amazon makes money. The customer is happy because they get a service and they get their product that comes to them in 1 to 2 days because it's Amazon Prime, because only products that are in the warehouses, the ones that are sent to the warehouses in FBA are actually primed. So if you've ever bought a product that's primed, it's because they're doing Amazon FBA, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to get to your home or wherever you order it from in 1 to 2 days. That's called FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. So again, it's a win for your customer because he got it in 1 to 2 days. So you're providing a super fast, service for him, because if it wasn't in the FBA warehouses, then the product would take 3 to 4 weeks to get in from China. And most importantly, you are winning because you have made your profit margin, for your service that you've provided. You've taken, your cut for that. And again, if you have the right product, you can have a pretty good, sizable cut. So what you're doing is pretty much, doing all your work beforehand, and then you profit later on. So you do work for free at first, but then later, everything catches up and actually makes you money for doing absolutely nothing. Again, what you're pretty much doing is starting your own brand or your own business. So it's pretty much, you're not just, selling products on Amazon. You're actually starting a brand. So like I said, if you're doing this correctly, you're not actually just selling products on Amazon. You're not just selling, stuff on Amazon, but you've bought products from China that you've labeled with your brand, whatever it may be that you've come up with, and you are sending them out to the warehouses in the US or in Canada or in, Germany, UK, Australia, wherever you want, you can send them out to. And then you sit back, relax, and watch Amazon do all the work for you and see your bank account numbers go up and up and up. So what I'm trying to say is right now, there's nothing more passive than Amazon FBA. If you're in school and you have, college or university debt that you want to be paying off while you're in school, don't go and get a minimum wage job. Go and start an Amazon FBA business that actually will make you much, much more money than just minimum wage. And it's passive. So you'll be able to, go to class while you're making money. People will be buying your products while you're in class, while you're studying for exams, while you're writing your exams, while you're literally doing anything. While you're on vacation, you get paid because, your time is disconnected from your money. You can be in Cuba, after your exams and just go to Cuba for a vacation. And you've made money from being on a vacation. This has happened to me, guys. I've gone to vacations where, you leave and mostly people don't make money on vacation. But for me, because I do Amazon FBA, I can afford to go on vacation and actually come back with more money than when I left on vacation. With this kind of freedom, you can do so much. It opens your eyes to the amount of things that, you're kind of not able to do because of a regular 9-to-5 job or, when you're at school or just everything in general. It allows you to it opens up your world. So when people are in traffic, leaving the city to go back home, you don't have to sit in that traffic. Little things like that, because you can choose when you're working or when you want to travel. So if I want to go, for example, see my family that's a little bit up north from where I am, I don't have to go in rush hour because I make my own hours. I work when I want to. And again, guys, anybody can do this. So I'd say pick your butts up right now And you know, I know it's only January, so that means that you guys have a ton of free time, even if you're in school, to start doing some product research and start learning about Amazon FBA. Because even this semester, okay, you could be making money while you're studying for your exams. It doesn't take that long to start this whole thing. The whole process maybe takes a month and a half. So in 1 month and a half from today, you could be making passive income. You could be studying for your midterms and making money. Those kind of opportunities don't come around very often. So if you guys are interested, again, stick around on the channel, subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that good stuff that helps the channel grow. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below, obviously, or you can YouTube message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Make 2018 your year, guys, and remember, you're only one product away.